What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Bull Combo. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you're having a fantastic day. It's been another week, and that means we are back with another edition of This Week in the Metaverse. This week, we're going to be exploring some new topics as well as some old favorites on the list. And as always, if you want to skip ahead to any specific platform or if you want to get to a specific part of the video, you can use any of the timestamps down below in the description. So let's go right ahead and get started, guys. And this week, we're going to kick things off with Veve. It's been an extremely active week in Veve. I think this might be the most drops I've ever seen announced within a specific week for the Veve platform to date. Already this week, we've had the Uncanny X-Men number 4 comic drop and the Amazing Spider-Man number 361 comic drop that featured Venom and Carnage. The Amazing Spider-Man in particular sold out so fast that as soon as the Buy Now button became available and I clicked it, I was already too late and it had sold out. So insane demand on that one. In addition, today they had the 007 glider drop and the 007 No Time to Die posters drop. But that's not all. Tomorrow they're also going to be having 3 additional drops. We're talking the Labbit Series 2 release, the 007 Safan's Mask release, and the 007 No Time to Die Series 2 set of posters. So if you didn't get a chance to get in on the posters today, you can get in on those again tomorrow. Like I said, I don't think I've ever seen this many drops on the Veve platform this consecutively within a week period, so they're really ramping stuff up. No surprise really, because they have a ton of brands on at this point, and it's really going to take quite a few drops to kind of get all of these products out into the wild. So very cool stuff. And on top of all that, Ecomi released a Medium doc this week overviewing the migration to Immutable X that's going to be taking place over the coming weeks. And it looks like this will include the reminting of all of the existing NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain, and it'll be hosted on Immutable X. That's just one part of the process. I highly encourage you to go take a look at the Medium article that was posted by the Ecomi Twitter page. It's very informative, gives you an in-depth explanation of how the migration is going to take place both from a collectible standpoint and from an OMI token standpoint. So very useful information there to both token holders and collectible holders alike. It also looks like they're going to be completing the migration, or rather they expect to have the migration completed by the end of October. And when that's done, we're going to see these collectibles entering the Ethereum ecosystem, and I really think it's going to do wonders for the success of the Veve platform and for the accessibility of these NFT collectibles. By migrating to the Ethereum network, it just allows for a lot more accessibility. So very cool things coming out of Veve as always this week. Dapper Labs. All right, guys, I'm extra stoked on this one because Dapper Labs has been doing some very cool things, and they have officially announced something I have been waiting for. So, hot off the heels of their $250 million new round of funding, Dapper Labs has officially announced their partnership with the NFL and NFL Players Association. This will see Dapper Labs bring a long-awaited NBA Top Shot-like experience to the world of the NFL. While the name and major details of the project are still being kept under wraps, they don't even have a logo revealed yet. You can, however, join the Discord, and it sounds like these NFL moments are going to have kind of their own unique style and character that separates them from the NBA Top Shot experience. So while there will be some familiarity there, it does sound like this is going to be a very different beast. In addition to that, it looks like the closed beta is actually planned for release this current NFL season, and they're actually aiming to also open the open beta this NFL season as well, just a little bit later on in the season. Assuming that's based off of everything going according to plan. If there's any delays, we could see a delay to the opening of the open beta, and it might not be available until after the season, or maybe not even until next season, depending upon how they decide to do it. I imagine they won't wait till next season. I believe NBA Top Shot even was released partially in the off-season, and it still continues obviously in the off-season with pack drops. So nevertheless, we're going to be seeing an NFL version of Top Shot, whatever they might call it here, in the very near future. And I know, especially as someone who's based in America, that the NFL is a massive sports brand. It is probably the most sacred sports brand in the United States. I mean, you got the NFL, the NBA, and the MLB. Those are really the big 3 here in the U.S., and I think in terms of at least money from a financial perspective, and probably from a numbers perspective as well, the NFL is probably at the top of that list. So this is going to do some really interesting things, guys. Number one, there's going to be a lot of value in this for NFL fans and collectors. But number two, I think it's really going to introduce a lot of people, specifically NFL fans and people that might not have previously considered NFTs. It's going to introduce them to the world of NFTs, and I think that that could do wonders for expanding just NFT exposure and NFT adoption, because it really just takes NFTs being incorporated into something that people find interest in that they wouldn't have normally gone and sought NFTs out for. And I think we're starting to see that in different brands. Breaking through to the NFL would be huge, and I have a feeling that this is going to be the start of very big things to come from the Dapper platform and from Dapper itself. Absolutely can't wait for this. My Dapper wallet is loaded and ready to go, and when that release drops, I'll be there. All right, so let's jump into the Sandbox. I feel like this is the first week in what feels like forever that we haven't actually had a Sandbox land sale. We've been quite spoiled here when it comes to Sandbox land sales recently, so it's probably a good time to take this opportunity to catch up on some of the new things going on inside the platform, check out some of the giveaways, read up on some of the new articles that they're sharing on their Twitter page, and overall just get prepared for the next land sale that I imagine is going to be soon. In addition to that, there's also some spots available in the Sandbox Bootcamp, so if you're looking to get Sandbox certified, now's probably the time to take a look at that, especially with the lull in land sales. No better time to take some additional time to devote to brushing up on your skills on the Sandbox and really making yourself the best creator you can absolutely be. Like I said before, I've heard nothing but great things about this, and in addition to being part of this class, you are officially Sandbox certified, and I believe you receive a Sandbox certified NFT that you can display in a land that you own. So very cool stuff all in all there, and I think probably the biggest announcement that I wanted to save for last this week when it comes to the Sandbox was their announcement of the soon-to-be released opening of the social hubs. So the Sandbox posted an article basically stating that very soon the social hub will be coming online, and it's going to be offering Sandbox users their first chance to really enter the Sandbox metaverse, share in those social experiences, and find all of the secrets that the social hub has to offer. It'll also allow them to become accustomed to what I think is probably going to be a very revolutionary multiplayer metaverse experience. So all in all, guys, really awesome stuff coming out of the Sandbox. Even on a down week, the news that they keep pumping out is fantastic. The partners they're bringing on board are incredible. We've had Snoop Dogg now announced recently. We just got done with the Walking Dead land sales. Things are really rolling for the Sandbox. And guys, they still have a large amount of their map to sell off still. So I imagine we're going to see some pretty huge partners come into the mix here as time goes on, once the metaverse opens up and we can really start enjoying these experiences and taking full advantage of that play-to-earn technology that we've all been so excited for. So awesome stuff from the Sandbox. Can't wait to see what we get next week. Next Earth. So this is the first time Next Earth has made this list, and I'll be honest with you, historically I had not really given Next Earth much consideration. Admittedly, when the Earth 2 platform came out, there were a lot of platforms that came out right after that seemed to be copying the Earth 2 platform's ideas or goals or maybe even overall roadmap. And so initially, the Next Earth platform was one of those platforms that I kind of brushed off as being one of those copycat platforms. But in recent days, I have seen a lot of coverage related to this platform. And I went in and took a look at it, and from what I can see, it looks like Next Earth is basically a virtual one-to-one copy of the Earth, where users can buy plots or mint land plots that they own. And these minted land plots allow for additional benefits to the users. Now, the project itself is basically the exact same premise as Earth 2, at least in its initial inception or in its current iteration. However, Next Earth is already on blockchain. It's Ethereum based, but it runs on the Binance Smart Chain to allow for smoother and cheaper transactions. And their roadmap includes staking, NFT collectibles, a DAO, and additional benefits to owners. So I can definitely understand why there would be some interest in this platform. So that, coupled with the fact I have seen several articles about the platform recently, led me to take a look at it. It looks like the land is now being minted, or you can now go in and mint your land. They were in pre-sale before. Full-on public minting is now available, so if it's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. While I do think it has a very similar concept to Earth 2 and some of these other virtual Earth metaverses or virtual Earth platforms and virtual land platforms we've seen coming out, the fact it's already on blockchain, that it's housed on Ethereum, that it utilizes BSC, that it has some reputable partners, definitely looks like it could be interesting. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely check it out. But because the recent land sale and because of all this recent information, it's definitely making the list this week. Roblox. Paris Hilton has announced Paris World, an experience on the Roblox gaming platform. It's described as a virtual oasis of fun, possibility, and of course, #sliving, a term coined by Hilton that fuses slaying and living your best life. The new gaming experience includes massive DJ stages, Paris's own house, a zoo, and because why not, a private jet, yacht, and her own personal island. Paris World officially goes live on October 6th. Yet another cool brand entry into the metaverse world, and while Roblox isn't a traditional blockchain metaverse, they are obviously doing metaverse-like things, so interesting stuff here, and I imagine we're going to keep seeing new stuff from Roblox, but first time they've made it back on the list, and we'll keep an eye out for new stuff from them. All right, guys, and the last update I had this week was regarding Facebook. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg has been quite public about their intentions to become a metaverse company. With the release of things like the Oculus, the Ray-Ban smart glasses, and Facebook Horizons, it's clear they're putting their money where their mouth is. However, now it sounds like we have a bit of a clearer picture of the roadmap the company plans to take. They've announced an allocation of $50 million for a quote-unquote responsible metaverse advancement. One part of this plan includes working with other companies, platforms, and industry leaders to create a cohesive metaverse experience. While in addition, a new XR programs and research fund will invest the money globally over 2 years to ensure metaverse tech is built with inclusivity, privacy, safety, and economic opportunity in mind. So overall, guys, it sounds like Facebook is trying to approach the metaverse from a moral high ground perspective. Whether or not we want to rely on Facebook to do that is to be determined, but it's encouraging to see that. It's encouraging to see that they're going to be partnering with so many companies to make this possible. They did go on to say that they don't think this will be a reality for 10 to 15 years. So it seems like we have some time to see how this goes and really have some input into the overall development of it. But nevertheless, I thought it was a very interesting glimpse into Facebook's plans and what they plan to do with the metaverse long term. All right, guys, so that was all I had for this week. As always, I want to thank you guys for checking this video out. If you liked any of the content here, if you have any questions on it, or if you have any feelings on it, make sure to comment down below. Also, make sure to smash that thumbs up button. And if you enjoy these videos, by all means, guys, make sure to consider subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate that support. Other than that, I want to thank you all for checking out this video. I hope you all have a fantastic day, an excellent weekend, and until next time, we'll see you soon.